Welcome to OmniTalk, powered by Nextsoft. I'm your host, Amy Rice, and OmniTalk is a podcast focusing on fintech and how it affects banks and credit unions. Today, Lindsay Green, president of Extraco Consulting, will be joining me. She'll introduce us to her company and explain how they're helping community banks and credit unions maintain automatic data correction. Today I have Lindsay Green on with me. She is the president of Extraco Consulting. How are you doing, Lindsay?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So I want to go ahead and jump into our topic today, and that's basically just learning more about your company. So my first question is, can you tell listeners what Extraco Consulting does and maybe some highlights from the history of the company?
Sure, I would love to. Extraco Consulting was formed out of a community bank by bankers. And so we just honestly had a passion for helping other banks. And when we started Extraco Consulting, it was January of 2011. We were actually a division of the bank at that time. And, we grew our firm over the years and grew our client base. And in 2016, we became an affiliate corporation of Extraco Banks, and our mission is honestly to help community banks grow their revenue, become more efficient, and enhance their customer experience through our services.
So can you tell me a little bit more? I know that CIFocus is kind of your main product. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sure. So honestly, we have found that inaccurate customer information files basically can cost a financial institution between anywhere from 15 to 25% of lost revenue per year. And of course, it also provides increased risk for fraud. So CIFocus is a data cleansing platform that provides improved data quality. And so, of course, that leads to overall increased efficiency and productivity. So it allows an organization to verify phone numbers against carrier records, identify, if a number is a cell phone or a landline, and then align that data for best usage. Things such as fraud platforms, it's really important if it's a mobile phone and can send text alerts and those types of things to get a customer to opt in. So emails can be scanned against domains. It helps ensure that the address is deliverable, that it's properly formatted. And for any missing or inaccurate information, a CIF alert message can be automated, and it will prompt the employees to gather the information. So you can get the data, you can clean it, and you can push it back to core so that integration and the automation is key.
That's awesome. So what are the main pain points do you see in the financial industry that caused you to develop the CIFocus product?
Honestly, our clients are the reason we made the solution. That was a topic of conversation. Many of our clients shared a need to find a way to automate validating data on core, how to sanitize it, how to keep it updated. It kind of feels like a never-ending process for a financial institution to keep the data updated, with their customers. And, it's not like a doctor's office, where you can go in and kind of go through that process. Banking, they may not come into the branch or call the call center all the time. COVID has changed that a little bit, but we really wanted to find a way to make that less painful for our clients and find a way to automate that.
So you talked about you've developed this because of the clients. Can you talk a little bit about kind of who the ideal client is for this product?
Sure. Honestly, any financial institution that's looking to keep their customer data optimized, of course, have to determine what core they're on and where they store that and, what's built already. But really, there's not a size limit, from a small to a large requirement of, how we could support that institution.
So it sounds like it's just kind of for everybody.
It is, honestly.
What's the number one thing an institution should know about CIFocus?
I think that keeping up with customer changes to their contact information doesn't have to be as difficult as it is today. There's a way to automate the process and provide cleaner information that's usable. And it's not just one time. I think that's the biggest thing is that, you don't just go in and do a one-time cleanse and update the data. It's ongoing maintenance platform that can help them, from every day that they operate. And if a customer moves next week, and information changes, those types of things, it's still relevant.
Nexoff actually just partnered with Extraco Consulting, which we're really excited about that partnership. And we can't wait for kind of the exciting things that we have in store with you guys. Can you talk a little bit about Nexoff and Extraco Consulting's partnership and kind of why you chose Nexoff to be a partner?
Sure. I mean, we were thrilled, to partner with you guys because we're always looking for ways to support our clients' needs. And there definitely was, a business need where you guys fill in that space. So one of our most popular services, and especially since COVID and how it's impacted the way financial institutions support their customers, everything's changed in this day and age, is process improvement. And so we have extensive Lean Six Sigma background on our team. And I hold my black belt and my master black belt certification in Lean Six Sigma, as well as most of our management team does. And so we go in and we help financial institutions figure out how to remove waste from a process and, kind of minimize the impact to a procedure that may be very manual and find ways to automate things. So this partnership allows us a vetted and trusted solution to our clients that can, help automate some of that data integration and traditionally inefficient procedures, maybe in bank operations where we're assisting our clients.
Awesome. So I have one last question for you, and it's not related to any of the business part at all. It's kind of a fun question. I like to just kind of end it on a light note. So if you could have dinner with anyone living or dead, who would that be and why?
Wow, that is a good question. So I'm really sentimental and would love to, probably see family members that have passed, but I couldn't choose just one. So I would say Jane Austen. Pride and Prejudice is still my all-time favorite book. So, that'd be quite fun.
That I didn't think of that one, honestly, but I've literally read all of her books. And now that you say that, she's mine now too.
I love it.
She is, I mean, every time I read Pride and Prejudice, like I always get a kick out of it just because like
too.
Her writing is so great and she had such a great perspective. So that's a really, really good one.
Well, good.
All right, Lindsay. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I learned a ton about your company and also about your product, CIFocus. And I want to thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of OmniTalk. To learn more about how Extraco Consulting is helping community banks and credit unions be more productive, visit extracoconsulting.com. If you're interested in becoming a Nexoff strategic partner, visit nexoff.com, nxtsoft.com, and click on the Contact Us button. This was the last episode of Season 1. We've got a great new season for you starting in 2021, so stay tuned. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and happy holidays.